So here we are in the orchard, and it is July 13th, 2013, and I'm just going to walk you through and give you a little tour. This is the new electric fence. What we're looking at there is the gate to the fence, and if I pan over, you can see the solar panel that charges the battery. The battery sends the power charge to the fence, and the fence goes all the way around the orchard. And the orchard is probably about 1.5 to 2 acres. So now we're going to start to walk into the orchard so that I can introduce you to each one of the trees. And we are coming up here to say hello to a kumquat tree. And you can see it has a few little kumquats on it. They're not ripe yet, but they will be. Back behind we have a Meyer lemon tree. And then we're going to pan over this way. This is a ruby red grapefruit tree. Continuing along, we can see that's a lychee tree. Behind the lychee tree, next to the far fence, that's a Rollinia deliciosa tree. Again, towards the back, next to the fence, there are 2 mango trees, beautiful mango trees. The mangoes are thriving. We have a Hayden mango and a Piri mango. And then that very tall skinny tree with the big bush on top of it that's just in the far corner. That's a Mame sapote tree. Right here we have a Cara Cara orange tree. Just what we're looking at right there is a variegated, this tree right here is a variegated Eureka lemon tree. This is yet another mango tree. That's a Raposa mango tree. Now we're going to walk back through so I can give you a full tour of the citrus before we leave this area. So we just saw the Cara Cara orange, and this tree is the Fortune mandarin tree. It's looking really, really good. When we got that tree from its journey, it had just about no leaves on it whatsoever. It's made a lovely comeback. This is the Mineola tangelo tree. That's the Meyer lemon tree. This exquisite tree is not a citrus, but that's the Cuban fiberless soursop tree. Fantastic looking tree. Behind, you can see that is jackfruit tree on the right, and on the left, that's another beautiful Rollinia tree, Rollinia deliciosa. And then the 2 trees standing over next to the crates, just to the left of the crates, are the 2 jaboticaba trees. And there's another gorgeous soursop tree. The soursop trees are both thriving. Here, this is just a little bit more in the citrus area. This tree, I'm pretty sure, is a pomelo tree. Yeah, that's the Tahitian pomelo tree. Speaking of Tahitians, this gorgeous citrus bush, which is really thriving and flourishing, is the Tahitian lime. And then, speaking of pomelos, this is yet another pomelo tree, and it is the Chandler pomelo. And here, this lovely little creature, very unusual. You can see it has thorns on it. It is a Kaffir lime tree. And let's see, we'll go this way. That's a longan tree. I just want to illustrate that that's a longan tree. And that's Kathy and Therese, hard at work. And this tree, this lovely tree, is what's called a Kingston Malay apple. And we have another Malay apple over here. This is called a Tip Top John Malay apple. And then we'll come over here and we'll take a look at the avocado trees. And there were 4 avocado trees that got hammered by the horses but came back. And this is the Charwell avocado tree. Over here we have the Nishikawa avocado tree. Over here we have the Little Cado avocado tree, so called because it grows hundreds of little avocados. And then that's the Case avocado tree. And right behind that we have another mango tree that's flourishing. It's doing great. That mango tree is called a cocktail mango, and it is called that because it has 3 varieties of mangoes that are grafted together, so one tree will produce fruit year-round, 3 different varieties of mangoes. So we're walking to the far side of the orchard here. This is a macadamia nut tree doing very well. Behind that, in the corner of the orchard, we've got a beautiful lychee tree. So that's the second lychee tree in the orchard, doing great. Here we have a kind of an unusual tree. It's called a Grumi Chama tree. Now we're in the section of the ulu, or breadfruit. We have 4 ulu trees. There's one, there's another, there's a third. That one is a ma'afala. And there's a 4th tiny little one, which is back there behind the 2 fig trees. And the fig trees are on the right-hand side. That's a black mission fig. And on the left-hand side, it's an Excel fig. And then right over there, this lovely tree, which really does look like it's thriving, is the starfruit. So we're going to come back around into the orchard on this side. You can see this tall, spiky-looking tree is actually, that's the second of the macadamia nut trees. And coming around to this tree, this is another beautiful mango tree, and that is the variety Mapulehu, which is from Molokai. And here we have a lovely little pomegranate tree. And then you can see that's another, we're looking back at the soursops now. This is an allspice tree. Behind it, that's the Tahitian lime. This tree over here is the black sapote tree. And panning around, you can see again, that's the Malay apple. And so I think that means that we have visited every tree in the orchard. They were all planted at the very beginning of December in 2012. So they've been in the ground now for just about 7 months, a little over 7 months. And all of them seem to be very happy. And we wish them many blessings and much fruitfulness.